Hey there, I'm Andrea Olson with Go Diaper Free, and today I'm going to film myself recording episode 118 of the Go Diaper Free podcast. It's about what to do when you're too busy to start EC. And let's begin. Welcome to the Go Diaper Free podcast, where we're all about helping you stop depending on diapers as early as birth. I'm your host, Andrea Olson, author and mom of 5 babies, all EC'd from birth, all out of diapers by walking. This is episode 118. Starting EC and observing a naked baby if really busy or traveling. Are you too busy to start? Here are some quick tips. So you can read the full written version of today's show over at godiaperfree.com/118, where I'll also link to all the things I mentioned in today's episode. I will also be replying to comments over there, so come on by and see me when you're finished. We answer every single one. So many people say, Andrea, I can't start EC because I'm too busy. This baby pottying business is not for busy moms. But I say, baloney. And I mean that lovingly. I have 5 kids spanning 8 years, and I run 2 businesses, as some of you know. Busy is my middle name, and I've pottied all 5 of my babies from birth. I'm not bragging, I swear, but I'm definitely fully qualified to share some tips about how to start EC when you're super duper busy in today's show. I received this specific question from one of our community members, Linda in Karlstad, Sweden. She wrote, "We're in the starting phase of EC and I've just begun observing and letting my baby be without a diaper for some time during the day. How do you do EC in the beginning when you're going on a trip? Or just have things to do one day that fills the whole day?" And my answer, greetings, Linda. Thanks for writing in your requests about scheduling and the beginning steps of EC. I think it's important to point out how vital the beginning phase of EC really is, and exactly how to do it so it doesn't take over your life, or so it will fit into an already busy schedule. So here's how to start EC if you don't have much time. The very first thing I do is start with one of the 4 easy catches. And I know I've said this in a bunch of podcasts before, and I'll link to all those in the show notes. But I have to say it again because the 4 easy catches don't work unless you try them. They are number 1, at every wake up. Number 2, when you notice your baby's pooping. Number 3, at every diaper change. And number 4, ins and outs. So before going into the car seat, after coming out of the high chair, things like that. If you are able to commit to any one of these catches, make it a habit. Just offer without expecting a catch consistently every single day. This will do wonders for your budding EC practice, and it might make observation time either A, unnecessary, or B, much more doable. You can learn about the 4 easy catches on my free easy start guide. Also, you can get one over at the show notes at godiaperfree.com/118. It's a single page long, very, 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 very easy and underwhelming. Now, EC is an exposure technique. So any single potty-tunity that's done with regularity and a calm attitude, I might add, will make a difference over time. It just does. Every little bit helps. So after dabbling with the 4 easy catches, it's time to do some easy observation. First, you'll want to schedule in some naked observation time. Only do this naked time for as long as it takes to gather the necessary information, okay? Any longer than that, and you're going to teach your baby to pee on the floor, whenever, wherever, or on the bed, or on you. You can, however, continue diaper-free time without it being naked. But you want to do this naked time for observation to log and record some things. Definitely check out my book for more details on this very important topic of not teaching your baby to pee on the floor at will. Okay, back to starting. So yes, schedule your naked time. When are you going to do it? Find a 2 to 3 hour block of time that includes at least 1 feeding and 1 wake up. Turn off your phone, your computer, social media. Don't invite any friends over, don't do the dishes, and don't multitask. And I know that's hard because you're a busy person. Now during this time, make note of your baby's natural timing and your baby's rhythms by just recording the intervals between pees and between poops as compared to when they wake up and also compared to when they feed, which can be bottle feeding, nursing, eating, whatever. Using feeding and waking as starting points for observation is going to help you make sense of what you're recording. It's very important. Also, make note of any signals that your baby makes right before or during the pee or poop that you observe. There might not be any because the baby is naked, so why bother signaling if you're naked already? But see for yourself if you notice anything. And lastly, I want you to make note of any feelings or any thoughts that you have right before or during the pee or poop. Is your intuition telling you something? This could be used as a resource later, like a hunch, like, oh yeah, I knew she was about to do that. Then after this brief observation period, you can do a half hour, you can do a couple of hours. Just get on with your busy day after that. You've got some information. And keep scheduling and doing this 2 to 3 hour block. And again, it can be as little as a half hour, as much as a whole day. Keep scheduling and doing this observation anytime you need to gather more information or refresh yourself. How often does my baby go right now at this age? If that need arises, do the naked observation time. And also, as they get older, you can modify it by adding in tiny trainers into the mix, especially the blue or the purple color. They're going to show you immediately when they're wet. So don't just do naked time whenever and think you're doing EC. Although I don't think you're asking about this, Linda, here's something that I have to say to everyone out there. Just doing naked observation time whenever and simultaneously perusing the internet or calling your mother isn't the same as focused observation time, all right? This is not EC. Being diaper-free doesn't mean let him be naked, peeing wherever all the time, and maybe try to potty him here and there when I'm not distracted. No. If you're going to do EC with your baby, you'd be best served by scheduling a time, actually paying attention, and thus reducing your overall time investment up front to the practice. And that said, don't just throw it all around. Don't just throw it around like a new toy. Like, here, yeah, maybe we'll do this, maybe we won't. I've got this new baby carrier. Maybe I'll wear it, maybe I won't. Just do it. Actually do it. Clear your schedule. It's only 2 or 3 hours, and just learn how to begin. One of my customers has said in the past that she just was really reluctant to starting, and somebody said to her, just take off the diaper, and there you've started. And I've got a whole podcast on that. Just start. So if you're having trouble just starting, maybe listen to that one first and then schedule your time. But let's not just throw this all around and do a little bit of observation here and there, and some diaper free time here and there if you're not learning anything from it. If you really want to learn and you're like, I just don't have a footing in this, clear your schedule and do the time. Now, if you're at a loss for exactly how to start, which could be why some of you might not clear your schedule and do the time, my book will walk you through step by step, as will I on my forum and our certified coaches who help book owners on our private off Facebook forum. Now let's talk about starting during travel or moving or other flux. I'd advise any parent to pick a time to start EC when the least life changes are occurring. Now, having a new baby is not without its ebb and flow. There is always something new happening. Just consider starting EC as the same thing as starting to know your baby's signs for hunger or sleep or needing warmth or holding. Integrate it into the whole beginning if you can. Treat it just like you do for, hey, is my baby hungry right now? It's just another one of those needs. But get some guidance, because none of us know how to do this, right? So get some guidance to help you know exactly how to start in the most streamlined, stress-free way. Now, starting EC in the middle of world travel might be difficult. Starting over Thanksgiving at grandma's, that's not really the best idea. Scheduling 2 or 3 hours of observation time after Thanksgiving, however, but not putting it off till spring, now that's a great idea. You don't have to commit a full 7 days of non-activity to start EC, and it's really not that complicated. Just when you get back from traveling and you've unpacked your bags and you've had a good night's sleep, just start that morning. And remember the 4 easy catches. So easy. So if you've just been traveling, you've just been super busy, your life is hectic, whatever, just do the wake-ups. That's it. Or do yourself a favor and just do the poops. And start very slowly that way. Now, after starting with easy catches or with observation, being a very busy person, you'll want to decide how much or how little of EC to do every day. And then you'll want to do it every day. Commit to it and start as you mean to go on. You can use the tools you gather during naked time and during the times you've committed to ECing every day, like the easy catches. You can use all that information to inform you. Now, like I said in the beginning, start with easy catches like waking before or after putting them in the car seat. Upon diaper changes, every diaper change is offer, just the poops. You'll also be using the diaper as a tool or a backup and to reduce the stress on you so that EC runs more smoothly. So I just wanted to remind all of you, if you're too busy to start, or you're like you honestly are, or you just are telling yourself that, which is also valid, it might be because you think that it's got to be all or nothing and it's got to be without a diaper and you've got to be perfect. But that's not the point at all. But here are the main points. Okay, so all of this is a gross oversimplification of what you may need more guidance on to truly wrap your head around. So the main point is, if your life is too busy to adequately feed or rest your baby, then maybe you are honestly too busy to start EC and you should get some support for sure. And I want to send that to you energetically right now. But I'm certain you're feeding and resting your baby, and I'm certain you can start EC. Just reframe the diaper as a backup, not a toilet, and simply start with one of the easy catches, just one of them. If this super easy way to start doesn't work for you and you're not having any success, do some observation and see what you can see. It's all learning. Again, if you are feeding and resting your baby fine, even amidst travel, and you have the ability to learn EC and do the easy catches at the least, then you can do this. If you get that under your belt, you can definitely carve out some time to observe and implement a more substantial start to the practice. Knowing your baby's natural rhythms and natural timing is a more substantial start to the practice. It is going to give you a bit more of an edge and a curve, if you will. So if you can feed and nap your baby, you are not too busy to start EC. We've just got other blockages in the way that we need to remove. And I recommend you begin right away because babies just grow super fast. Obviously, you just didn't know how, but now you do. So yeah. Thanks so much for your question, Linda. I hope it helped clear up some things for you about starting elimination communication with your baby, even when super busy and traveling. Any comments about beginning, or do you have further questions for me or stories to share? Please leave them in the comments over at godiaperfree.com/118. We answer everyone, and I look forward to seeing you there. And until next time, happy pottying, y'all. I'm Andrea Olson, and you've been listening to the Go Diaper Free podcast at godiaperfree.com, and we'll see you next time. All right. So yeah, leave me your questions about starting below if you're busy or traveling, or like, hey, we've got all this stuff going on. When do you think I should start? Throw your questions in the comments below and hit subscribe and the bell. I'll see you next time.